as well. Okay, Nurbeta, you also keep on asking questions if there's a problem. These are all really important. Although no one should have missed the class today.
Okay, sir.
Right, Beta. So, um, and or, what are they used for? The output of some of your functions tends to be either true or false. Exact is one of them. There are more, but today I'm not discussing all of them. Or says either, which means if I write is equals to or, and within the parameters of or, if I write that this particular value is equals to blue, which means the value in A2 is blue, comma, and the value in B2 is blue. So if this statement is true or this statement is true, if either of them is true, it will give me true. Why am I getting false? Because none of them is true. None of them is basically blue. If I use and means is the value in A2 blue? And at the same time, the value in B2 blue. Yes, it's blue, blue. Are both blue? Blue, red, false. Both blue, true. Why do I get false? Because in all of these cases, we don't have a case where both of them are true. So what I'm trying to say is that and means when you have to implement, when both statements have to be true. Now, where could this be important? I'll tell you. You get a question that someone gives you a spreadsheet and says, display the following word, congratulations, if the person lives in this area and his name starts with this. So and ये statement true हो, ये statement true हो, only then. So the word that you use if and and. And if the question says that if the person will receive the text congratulations, either if he lives in this area or whatever some other condition. So you have to understand what the question is. जहाँ and का emphasis होगा, जहाँ either का emphasis होगा. This is what I'm talking about. Now this is a very simple statement where I explain you the and the or. How do we integrate this with the if? Let me do it for you. Now please listen to this carefully. So I use is equals to if, and if I say I want to implement the and, let me explain it. So if ke andar and. Why am I doing it? Because last time when we discussed if, we talked about logical test, and which was the value in A2 is greater than equal to 90, something like that. It was six simple statement. Now we're going ahead. We're coming to advanced functions. What I'm saying is now in the logical test, I will have another function, which is the and. So what would you do? I will say if this value is equals to blue, and within the and comma, because you have comma separate values, and at the same time the value in B2 is equals to blue. Now since this bracket is for the and, I'll come out of this bracket and you see where it goes, it comes in the if. If I come inside, I'm in the and. So obviously you know that. So this is my logical test. So comma, if I put a comma, I come out of the logical test. See, I'm out. Now value is true. So I will say over here is the value is true. So if the statement is true, I'll say over here is both are blue, comma. I will say over here is both are not blue. I could have said simply. So this is what we get. Both are blue and both are not blue. Please have a look at this. Iman, you just joined late. Please have a look at the formula, the function that I've implemented, and try to grasp it right away. Iman, can you hear me, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please have a look at it. I have shared the screen. Okay. As far as obviously in every module, I would say this again. Be honest. Let me know. अगर आप समझ आए, क्योंकि अगर आप नहीं समझ आए, मैं आगे जाता जाऊँगा ना, फिर it will create more difficulty. Spreadsheets is data analysis where you have to use your analysis skills to solve a problem. You'll be using multiple functions to solve. It's very good brain development. Try and tell you. Okay. You don't get it, you shake your head or the bar something. समझ आइए कि नहीं आए, but be honest. ये ना कह रहा हो घर जाके समझ लो कुछ नहीं. And make your notes. Please make your notes. Write it down. I appreciate all the students who make their notes. We tend to forget. Everyone does. So Saim also does. अगर मैं अपनी चीजें नोट डाउन करूंगा इट विल बी इजी फॉर मी टू रिमेंबर. ये फंक्शन क्या कर रहा है, फंक्शन क्या कर रहा है, फंक्शन क्या कर रहा है. एक लिस्ट बनाओ फंक्शंस की सो दैट आपको एग्जाम से पहले आप यू कैन रीकैप. ओके. हम मार का खाते हैं बीइंग वेरी ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट. मुझे भूलेगा, कम ऑन, हाउ कैन आई फॉरगेट. मुझे नहीं भूलती. नो, हर एक को भूल. ओके. सो इज दिस क्लियर? What I've done over here is, Iman, I'm using if and I'm saying is if this particular condition is true, this will happen. If this particular condition is not true, this will happen. So that's it. So you see over here, wherever they're both blue, where this is both blue or blue, I say both are blue. Where both are not blue, I get the following statement. Then I'm telling you this is very, very important. This is very important for P2 and P4 both. स्प्रेडशीट ऐसा मॉड्यूल है जो आपके दोनों में आता है, P2 एंड P4 में. और मैं आपको P4 तक करा दूंगा, ऑल P4. ओके. वी आर नॉट जस्ट डू एस लेवल. Databases भी, after this module I'm going to do databases with you and I will cover AS level and A level both. Okay, हम P4 का सारा खत्म कर देंगे. But I'm not rushing. आपको जो समझ आएगी मैं उसको उस मुताबिक जाऊंगा. ठीक है. Clear? Online students, is it clear? किसी को नहीं क्लियर तो मुझे बता दो अभी, मैं बार बार कह रहा हूँ. I will presume कि आपको आ गया अगर आप मुझसे नहीं पूछोगे तो. ठीक है ईमान? Okay. So no. Look at this. You know there are two ways that teachers teach. Is this forward chaining and backward chaining. Forward chaining, backward chaining. Why are we talking about it? Forward chaining means I give you the question and you give me the solution. Backward chaining is that I show you the solution and you tell me how I reach here. Because some students tend to learn more through backward chaining, frankly speaking. So I'm doing backward chaining. I'm showing you the formula and tell me what is it all about. Take your time and tell me, please. Online students, have a look at it, please, as well. Laiba, आपने थोड़ा late join किया है. I'm recording the lecture, I upload it. Magar, you can join from here.
Okay, sir.
Yes, please have a look at the formula and let me know what the formula is doing for us. जी बेटा बिल्कुल. Excellent. Very well done. Samia just said कि ये कह रहा है कि if either of the condition is true, which means or या ये condition, comma this condition. If this condition is true or this condition is true, my color will appear. Otherwise, no color will appear. Excellent. This is what it's doing. So we have over here is if, or, and and. So why am I using or? Because obviously I wanted to create such kind of scenario where I wanted to check if either of them are blue or either of them are red. So or के अंदर we know कि or के अंदर I can have comma separate values. मगर or के अंदर मुझे चाहिए and, so I use and. Okay. Now if I want another and, for example, if I want both to be yellow, all I need to do is I'll just put comma and I will say and obviously what I'll say is if this is equals to yellow, comma, and this is equals to yellow. Here we go. Now if I replicate this, I get over here is my color because both are yellow. I hope you got the point. Perfectly fine. Right? So I'm telling you right now, please this module go just like programming. हमने JavaScript किया? समझे? Did you start JavaScript किया ना? JavaScript complete नहीं की होगी. 50-60% कर ली होगी. ठीक है. Programming को भी और Excel को भी, frankly speaking, you have to take it very seriously because this is where your general skills are checked. Online students, did you get this point, all of you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, very good, very good. Let me continue. So next, what we have is maybe I did or did not discuss this. You do know what COUNTIF is, okay? COUNTIF. Let me revise this again because I want to discuss another point. COUNTIF does is that it will count from this range, from this particular range, and I can hit F4. I'm sorry. I can hit F4 to make it static. So hit F4. Let's see. Okay, not this one, the entire thing. So I'll select the entire thing and hit F4. Uske baad to block it so that the values don't change. Criteria means what are you trying to count? A sir, enter. So I replicate this. What I get is this. So it's counting from this range how many times S is appearing, count it. If you find the criteria from this range, you count it. इसका मतलब ये होता है. Any problem? Because I want to discuss is maybe I have, maybe I have not conditional counting. So Mia, did I discuss it? Count if in this case क्या हो रहा है? Please have a look at it. I want to do is I want to count from this numeric pointer, comma, all the values which are greater than 2500. Now, if I press enter, it will give me an error because I need to put this in double quotes. अब आप मुझे कहोगे सर हमें किस तरह पता चलेगा कि when to put the double quotes and when not to put the double quotes in the criteria? मैं आपको एक रूल बता देता हूँ. The rule says that whenever you use comparison operators or wildcards, whenever you use comparison operators और वाइल्ड कार्ड्स क्या होते हैं आपके क्वेश्चन मार्क स्टार एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क से वाइल्ड कार्ड्स मैं डिस्कस करूंगा आज. Whenever we use comparison between wildcards in the criteria of any function, they have to be in double quotes. So whenever we use them in the criteria, because criteria is in multiple functions, sum if में भी आता है, sum ifs में भी आता है, ठीक है? So this is a general rule. Comparison between जब भी आप use करोगे, they have to be double quotes. User-defined strings, they will always be double quotes. So please don't forget this rule, because this rule will follow in databases as well. Same, right, beta? Following? Sure. Good. Good. Okay. So what's happening over here is it tells me that there are three out of these there are three cells that contain value which is greater than 2500. You get this point, Iman, Noor.
Yes, sir.
अब मैं आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ, मुझे आप ये बताओ कि tell me the percentage of the points earned that were greater than 2500. Display the percentage of it. What will be the formula? मुझे पहले मैथ्स में बता दो. Excellent. Iman, can you tell me the formula? How will we calculate the percentage of the number of items, the number of points which are greater than 25? इसका mathematical formula क्या होगा?
बेसिकली हम टोटल लेंगे, इसके टोटल 10 है, तो इसके ऊपर फिर 3 पॉइंट्स हैं जो ओवर उस नंबर के हैं, सो इट विल बी 3 over 10 multiplied by 100,
हो गया.
so that will be 50%.
ठीक है. Leba, you got it, beta?
Yes, sir, I got it.
Leba, you got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How do we calculate the total? याद है? याद है total? Count A. Count A used to count all the cells. अच्छा, where's the count भी काम करेगा? Remember what was count doing? Count was counting the cells that had numbers, that had values. याद आया आपको? Count the number of cells that have values. And if I have, if I want to count everything like text, values, and everything, I use count A because count A stands for count all. Count A stands for count all. याद रखना, ठीक है? तो मैं count A यूज कर सकता हूँ just to be on the safe side, बस तो count भी काम करेगा. It's the same thing. So I know a formula that can help me to count all the cells that have something, and I know how to count the cells that have values greater than 2500. So all I do is I say, okay, इतनी कर सकता हूँ. Why should I? So this divided by count or count A, both are fine because since I have numbers, I can use count as well or count A, and I specify the range and I get this. And all I need to do is I can multiply it by 100. Yeah, I could directly click on this percentage. Both ways are fine. So I get 30%. Get the point? Or अगर ये मैंने नहीं करना तो I could divide it by 100. Sorry, multiply it by 100. If I change this, let's say, if I change this criteria to let's say 1000, then I get 90% because obviously now 90% of values are greater than 1000. Again, a very important formula, जो examiner आपसे target कर सकता है, and this will be for 5 to 6 marks minimum. Minimum. As everyone is clear? वैसे तो आई शुड नॉट बी आस्किंग दिस एवरी टाइम, मगर पता नहीं क्यों मेरी सैलरी जब तक मैं पूछना ना हमारे बच्चे से कि आइए कि नहीं आए, बिकॉज व्हाट इरिटेट्स मी इज दैट यू टेल मी आफ्टर 1 month कि सर मुझे वो मॉड्यूल की वो बात समझ नहीं आई. आई विल स्टिल आई विल बी देयर टू एक्सप्लेन यू, बट दिस शुड नॉट हैपन बिकॉज वी हैव लॉट ऑफ मॉड्यूल्स टू कवर. अगर मैं इसी पेस में चीज़ें रिवाइज करता ही रहूँगा ना तो फिर हमारे मेरा टारगेट अचीव नहीं होगा जो मैं चाह रहा हूँ, एंड वी हैव टू अचीव दैट. ओके, ठीक हो गया? कैन आई कंटिन्यू? Honesty is the best policy. Write it down. Okay, so I will continue with this. Acha. Walaikum assalam. So what I have over here is okay. Then we talked about comparison operators, right? Maybe we did not talk about the wildcards. The star and the question mark tend to be the wildcard. पहले इसकी बात कर लेते हैं. So if I say this is my range, that's my range, and that's my criteria, A star. So A star means A star means Iman, what does A star mean?
This star means कि जो बाद में
जो बाद में आ रहे
कि
हैं. जी जी जी
जी कि वो रिप्लेस हो जाएंगे उसके,
जी जी
कि
बिल्कुल.
कोई भी कि उसके बाद लेटर्स आएंगे, कैरेक्टर्स आएंगे.
Absolutely. मैं आपको थोड़ा इसका ब्रीफ कर देता हूँ. Because being an IT student, you should know all this. आप जाते हो my PC पे and you want to find is dot can't see dot mp3. Now whenever I type that, it will search me for all the mp3 files dot star mp3. If I type star jpg, it will find that. Now when we use star, it actually means to find everything. इधर भी क्या हो रहा है? When I write A star, इसका मतलब है A के बाद जितने भी characters आ रहे हैं, जितने भी characters, I'm not concerned about it. It should start with A, but whatever comes after A, not my concern. But to start with it. You get my point? Begin A say. In the same way, if I say over here is star T, star T. What will it do? Quiet. What will it do? Yes. स्टार के बाद बिल्कुल एंड पे टी, मतलब एंड पे जो टी आ रहा है, दिस मींस टी एंड पे आ रहा है, मगर टी से पहले व्हाटएवर इज कमिंग फाइन. यू गेट माय पॉइंट? सो व्हाट अल्फाबेट कम्स एट द एंड, उससे पहले स्टार है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. दुआ, कैन यू हियर मी?
Yes, sir.
दुआ, व्हाई आर यू लेट? And every
Sorry,
hour
sir.
late. Okay,
Sir.
I don't want you to be late in the next class, दुआ बेटा, ठीक है? You are a very
Yes, sir.
responsible student and I want you to remain like that. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Am I sure about it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this goes for everyone. You're coming for online classes or you're coming physically to school, please let's try to be punctual in these things. Okay, all of us. You will miss some of the part. Obviously I record the lecture, but if I have to record the lecture, then all the lectures are on my website, then I don't even have to come. But that's not the way of learning. You हम नहीं सीख सकते ना. The way I teach in front of you, बात different होती है. सो स्टार टी का मतलब ऑब्वियसली है कि टी एंड पे आ रहा है, और अगर मैं ए स्टार लिखता हूँ उसका तो ए शुरू में आ रहा है, ए के बाद जो भी आ रहा है. व्हाट इफ आई वांट टू फाइंड एनीथिंग दैट कंटेन्स टी? नो, फिर तो उसे टी शो करेगा. स्टार टी स्टार. स्टार टी स्टार मतलब है टी शुरू में भी हो सकता है, मिडिल में भी, एंड में, कहीं भी. सर्च फॉर कंटेनिंग टी. ये भी डेटाबेस के लिए बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट, मैं बता रहा हूँ. ये डेटाबेस के लिए बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है. इसको ग्रास्प कर लो. ये इट इज नॉट ओनली फॉर एक्सेल, दिस गोज फॉर एंटायर computers and the programming part as well. Remember that, all of you. So this is what we mean by that. This is so the star represents, I repeat again, star represents all the 256 characters that we have. It represents all of them. But what if you want to specify just one character? And by the way, star is known as a wild card. So if I want to find out all those names that have A as a second character, I want to find out all how many names have A as a second character. Now that's a bit of a confusion because ये मैं क्या करूँगा, start में use नहीं कर सकता, so I'll write question mark A, and then I will use over here star. So I have 5. You can see when I have 5 cells, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cells that have A as second character, and it will work perfectly fine. So question mark is another wild card. Question mark stands for one character out of the 256 characters, just one. So when I say question mark, इसका मतलब कोई भी एक character है, मुझे नहीं पता कौन सा, कोई भी हो. But the second character is A, और A के बाद कितने characters आ रहे हैं मुझे वो नहीं पता. Not my concern. My concern is that the second character should be A, and it's doing this for me. Yes or no? Yes. Laiba, any problem?
No, sir.
Right. Okay. Fatma,
Sir?
clear? Is it clear?
Sir?
Yes, yes, beta, bolo.
Sir, if we just use star and then A, wouldn't it be the same?
No. Star A means that A is coming at the end. Before A, I have any number of characters.
Okay, I get it. Sorry.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I don't.
Okay, perfectly fine. जिस में बेटा you were saying something? ये वाला part. अच्छा, इसका मतलब ये है कि question mark represents any one of the 256 characters. कोई भी एक, मगर एक. So कोई भी एक character है, any character we don't know, but the second character is A. उसको एक character बाद क्या second क्या आ रहा है? A. और A के बाद क्या आ रहा है? I don't know. Maybe there are 5 characters, maybe 100 characters after A. मुझे नहीं पता. But the emphasis is where? The emphasis is that the second character you see is A. So it tells me that there are 5 where I have second is A. For example, let me come here. Let me make it more clear to you. I want to find out how many cells have the third character as S. So what do I type? Very good. Question mark, S. Very good. Very good. I'm impressed. Very well done. बिल्कुल ठीक हो गया. Question mark S because S is a third character और S से पहले आ रहे हैं 2 characters. ठीक हो गया. Now these are things that you देखो ना, अब मसला कहाँ पड़ता है? मैं बताऊँ. Technically this is not very tough. इंशाल्लाह I'll teach you in this way कि आपको tough लगेगा. The second thing that we have to concentrate on some of the papers will be that how to understand what the examiner is saying. क्योंकि A level में मसला ज़्यादा नहीं पड़ेगा, A level पड़ेगा. क्योंकि the way examiner tries to ask you the question, maybe at times they will try to confuse you and want to see कि आपकी level of understanding कितनी strong है कि you know how to do it. Because yes, is they right? आप इस level पे पहुंच चुके होते हो कि you should be able to grasp the concept easily and implement it. भाई O level वाले पे किसी क्वेश्चन तो नहीं पूछेंगे ना आपसे. ये मतलब obviously ये mental learning ज़्यादा हो चुकी है. It's not the same way. So again, knowing only the functions is not the only job. how to understand the question वगैरह उस पर भी हम काम करें. Initially, I will start with the easy questions. फिर मैं I'll target some of the questions where the way of asking was difficult. Not always, rarely आता है. और होता है तो उसके मार्क्स भी ठीक ठाक होते हैं. Anyway, right. So everyone, is this clear? Okay, fine. So no theory. Let's continue. Okay. I don't know. I think so. We did discuss count ifs. If not, I'll revise it again. नहीं count ifs discuss नहीं किया बिल्कुल ठीक हो गया. बल्कि मैं पूरा पूरा मैं दोबारा बनाता हूँ because count ifs again very important. Since count को discuss कर रहे हैं मैं चाहता हूँ सारे count discuss कर लें. Okay, so my question says over here is that I have this following grid. I have the name, gender, subject, and score, and I want to find out how many female. I want to count how many female test scores were greater than 60%. I have it's up to 60%. So मुझे बताओ how many female. Okay, मैं बता सकता हूँ ये female है greater than 60 एक हो गया, ये female है greater than 60 दो हो गया, female है मगर greater than 60 नहीं है, ये female greater than 60 ये हो गया, ये और ये हो गया. मगर hold on, ये तो बहुत छोटे से डाटा है ना. What if I have 2000 entries? मैं will I manually count? No. So I have countifs. So countif क्या कर रहा था? Countif was counting इस range में, for example, how many times English is appearing, या how many times female is appearing, okay, या from here any name. So that was single count. मेरा question change हो गया. मैं कह रहा हूँ मुझे बताओ दोनों चीजें कि female भी हो और greater than 60. So count ifs use होगा. और count ifs कहता है give me the criteria range. Okay, give me the criteria range and the criteria, और इसका so on and so चलते जाओ. Which means give me the first criteria range. Okay, my first criteria range is this. ठीक हो गया. Comma. If you have to replicate it down somehow, तो आप उसको you will make it static. मगर मैं नहीं कर रहा, fine. So the particular range that you have selected, what is the criteria of that range? It's female. Sorry. It's female and it needs to be double. It needs to be double.
Sir?
Yes, beta?
ये मैटर करता है कि आप फीमेल कैपिटल लिखें या फिर कैपिटलाइजेशन में?
बिल्कुल ये मैटर करता है. केस सेंसिटिवनेस डज मैटर. यू हैव टू बी केयरफुल. ठीक है. अच्छा, फिर मैं कॉमा लिखता हूँ. वो कहता है गिव मी द क्राइटेरिया 2. ओके, आई गिव द क्राइटेरिया 2. दिस इज माय क्राइटेरिया रेंज 2. Criteria range 2 and the criteria which is range में से I want to find greater than or equal to 60%. और हमने भी सीखा है कि criteria में whenever we use comparison operators or wildcards, we put them in double quotes. We just learned the rule and I'm implementing that rule. And if I click on this, tell me there are 4 and like manually 4 है ना. And further what I can do is, comma, I can use from here the subject as well, and I could say over here is English. So 2. There are only 2 records where it's female, English, and greater than 60%. Now, technically the question is आता है, and if you do not know count ifs, ये बड़ा मुश्किल काम हो जाएगा. आप ये करोगे if के अंदर count if के अंदर count if, that will be nonsense. It won't work. This is where if you know all the functions, advanced functions, it's pretty easy. Okay? It's not very complicated. Understanding का मामला बस होता है. Frankly, as far as this Excel module is concerned, I have seen my students scans में जो इस particular module which tends to give 40 marks, some of them completed in 20 minutes. 2.5 घंटे का पेपर है. आपने ऑलमोस्ट आधा पेपर 20 मिनट में कर लिया. फिर आप आगे साउंड एडिटिंग, वीडियो एडिटिंग का पार्ट विच इज 50 मार्क्स, उसको घंटा भी लगा लो. बहुत ज़्यादा है, बहुत ज़्यादा है. स्टिल यू हैव 1 hour 10 minutes left. बहुत. सो आपको तसल्ली देने के लिए कह रहा हूँ कि अगर if you grasp your concept really well and prepare well, Excel एक ऐसा मॉड्यूल है कि you will not lose a single mark. ये मॉड्यूल में फुल मार्क्स आराम से मिल सकते हैं. ग्राफिक में, एनिमेशन में फिर भी डाउट रह जाता है कि थोड़ा सा हो सकता है मेरे ये सही ना हो, मैं 1 मार्क कट जाए, 2 मार्क कट जाए, 3 मार्क कट जाए. Excel में when you write, you write. Examiner cannot deduct your marks because your formula is right, while is right, absolutely correct. No, जावा स्क्रिप्टिंग हो गया, ये हो गया, डेटाबेसेस हो गया, मैं मार्क्स नहीं करता. That's good part. अच्छा, is it clear with all of you? Count is done.
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. Let me continue today. Okay, let me continue. I can give you an activity like after a while. मगर मैं जरा और functions आज करा दूँ. Double class है हमारी आज, कल वैसे भी नहीं हुई. Okay, count में हमने कर लिया था. Did I discuss mid, right, left? I did not. I did not. अच्छा, mid, right, left are your. It's such a typical function that you will find in most of the programming languages as well, and probably we have also done in Java. याद है substr, substring, substring जब JavaScript में string manipulation किया था, substr जब हमने string को extract किया था, substring, string manipulation, Java. Okay, अब आपको याद आ जाएगा आपको. देखो, मैं चाह रहा हूँ कि I want to extract. पहले left right कर लेते हैं. So I want to do is I want to left text is text को comma left side से I want to extract the 4 values. So it gives me this. And same way, Webtronics, this go I want to extract from the right 3 values. So whenever you have to extract strings, the number of characters from a string, it's known as a splitting string function. That's how you split a string. Okay, you can use right or left. मगर ये होता है एक्सट्रीम के लिए. अगर मिडिल से आपने करना है, which means from the second till the second last, फिर आप यूज करते हो मिड. Mid works in different manner. Mid कहता है कि provide me the text, comma, provide me the start number from where you want to start the extracting. I want to start extracting from 1, 2, 3, from B. So B is third location. Agree? B is third location. है ना? B third location. हाँ? नहीं, यहाँ zero नहीं होता. This is not a programming language. ये array नहीं है. ये उसका deal नहीं किया. Okay, ये Excel software. So it's a 1, 2, 3, and I want to extract how many 3 के बाद, let's say 2. So it gives me BT. Why? 1, 2, 3 BT. And if I write comma 3 के बाद, if I write over here is 1, it will simply give me B. You get the point? अच्छा, मैं इसका हमेशा एग्जांपल देता हूँ ऐसे, and let me give you again. You have is one of the typical example I always use, PK45 UOPA98. This is your ticket number, और वो कहते हैं कि tell us the flight number, the seat number. So the flight number वो कहता है is the first 5 characters of the ticket number. So I will use over here is first 5 is equals to left this comma 5. My find flight number. Seat number वो कहता है seat number is the 5th and the 6th character. The 5th and the 6th character is your seat number. Extract the seat number. So if I want to extract the 5th and the 6th, I use mid. So this comma go to the 5th, reach the 5th, और 5th के बाद extract 2, which is the 5th and the 6th. Yes or no? बेटा clear है? देखो ना, 5th का मतलब ये 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 यहाँ तक आ गए. उसके बाद 5th inclusive है. 5th. So when I write comma 2, it means 5th and 6th. If I write 3, it means 5UO. So if you look over here, it even helps you out. Tells you start number, and start number के बाद how many number of characters do you want to extract after the start number, जहाँ से start कर रहे हैं. You get the point? अच्छा, इसके साथ अगर हम ये भी कहते हैं ना, for example, the last 2 digits are your, I don't know, like your row number. So row number, the last 2 are your row number. So उसके लिए हम use करेंगे, obviously is the right. So I use right because I want to discuss something else over here. What am I doing? Is equal to that. इधर आया and comma 2. I get this. Any problem? No problem. अच्छा एक बात पर प्लीज, ये तो हो गया डिस्कशन. वन थिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इज, so please note down what everything you know you will note down. That is that if I write 98 over here, 98 and 19 दोनों में फर्क क्या है?
One of them is text, one of them is a number.
Who was this? Dua?
Dua. Yes.
Very good. One of them is text. This is a text and this is a number. Why? Because a number appears on the right hand side in a spreadsheet or even in database. Your number will always appear on the right hand side. ये बड़ी important चीज है. आप database में whenever you import data into a database, हमेशा आप note करोगे number हमेशा आएगा right पे. And if it's alphanumeric or text, it will always appear on the left hand side. अच्छा, ये हमारे लिए important क्यों है? The reason why this is important is because if it's not a number and we're trying to treat it as a number, तो number के साथ treat नहीं होगा, it will not give us the right answer. Then how do we convert this into a number, into a value? Excellent. मगर बिल्कुल सही कह रही हो. मगर I would recommend कि आप use करो value का function. वैसे तो even if you use int वो भी ठीक है, multiply by 1 वो भी ठीक है, मगर this is the most preferred कि value का function use कर लो. Excel में it will convert into value. You get this point? And you see, as soon as I did so, 98 shifted to the right hand side because 98 now is a number. So this goes for all your spreadsheets, databases. ये rule is generic. ये rule is generic. मैं सिर्फ spreadsheet की बात नहीं कर रहा, ठीक है? Right. अभी certain rules हैं because I being an IT student, you have to know all this. You get the point? Right. ठीक है. क्योंकि ये value वगैरह चीजें बाद में हमारे काम आएंगे and you will understand it why. वालेकुम सलाम.
सर वो थोड़ा सा टाइम टेबल जो डेट शीट बनी है मॉक्स की वो आपके साथ आपसे पूछनी थी. सर मॉक की डेट शीट है सर. यहाँ पे IT P2 कहीं पे भी नहीं लिखा हुआ.
प्रैक्टिकल है ना, हमने डेट डिसाइड कर ली है.
क्या डिसाइड किया?
पहले ले
मुझे मिस वो मुझे मिस एनन ने बताया कि 19 फेब को ले रहे हैं.
हाँ.
ठीक है.
हाँ.
बट IT P4 भी तो प्रैक्टिकल है.
हाँ.
वो 19 मार्च को हो रहा है.
ये किसने कहा?
यहाँ लिखा हुआ
तो होने दो.
तो मतलब ऐसे ही.
हाँ रहने दो.
ठीक है.
ठीक है, घर पे चला जाए.
ठीक है.
अच्छा है, बैंड पे ले लेंगे.
ठीक है.
नहीं ठीक है, ठीक है. ओके. अच्छा. So next let's discuss is okay. Let me. We have time. मैं.
सर
Yes बेटा बोलो.
आप लाइक उसकी जनरल में जाके आप उसे नंबर में नहीं बदल सकते इंस्टेड ऑफ वैल्यू.
Very good question. अच्छा, when you do that, it will not change its property in such a way that it can be used in calculation. वो format करेगा. देखो जब हम formatting की बात करते हैं ना, when we right click on any number, like for example 12.45, when you right click on a number and you go to format, इसका मतलब है format. Format का मतलब क्या होता है? Formatting स्टाइल को चेंज करना, स्ट्रक्चर को चेंज करना. फॉर्मेट का मतलब नहीं कि आप उसकी डाटा ही चेंज कर रहे हैं. सो फॉर्मेट तो आपको चेंज कर देगा, मगर वो इट विल नॉट यूज इट द वे इट हैज टू बी यूज्ड इन कैलकुलेशंस. आई होप यू गेट माय पॉइंट.
यस सर.
Yes, it will show you, but it will not work in that way. You get my point. मैं एक्चुअली और तो फाइल चाह रहा था मगर मैं उसको नहीं आना चाह रहा. अच्छा, we have discussed VLOOKUP. Yes or no last time, है ना? VLOOKUP.
यस सर.
VLOOKUP. ये देखो ना बेटा, ये देखो VLOOKUP हमने डिस्कस किया था. Where I did this, remember? VLOOKUP की एग्जांपल दी थी. Okay, I want to look up for A from this range. So it says VLOOKUP, look up this from this range extract the data from the third column, 1, 2, 3, and 0 for the exact match. And if I replicate this, I get the values. Oh, sorry, I did not make this static. The range should be locked. So if I lock the range, I get this. Agree with me? Why do you get NA? Because R is not here. That's why I get NA. I think so. I discussed this last time. Yes or no? Yes? Clear? हाँ? You did not. मैं repeat कर देता हूँ. मैं repeat कर देता हूँ. सुन लो. So lookup basically is a search function. क्योंकि अगर आपको lookup की समझ नहीं आएगी ना, इसके बाद मैं एक last function discuss करने लगा हूँ. Then I'll give you paper to solve. और वो सिर्फ एक क्यों सॉल्व करूंगा इसके बाद फंक्शन, बिकॉज वो फंक्शन इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इंडेक्स एंड मैच. देन आई विल स्टॉप दिस लेक्चर. मतलब बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है, प्लीज ऑल ऑफ यू कैन शेक योर हेड बिफोर यू लिसन टू माय लेक्चर. ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट होगा. मगर अगर वो आपको लुकअप नहीं आता, फिर आपको इंडेक्स मैच समझ नहीं आएगी. सो लेट्स डू दिस फर्स्ट. सो लुकअप करता क्या? लुकअप कहता है कि इट सर्चेस फॉर अस अ पर्टिकुलर criteria from a range. So अगर मेरे पास ये summary range है, grid है, this will be given by the examiner. इस grid को use करते हुए someone gives me the grade, but I want the percentages over here. I want the percentages. So मतलब मुझसे कहता है मुझे आप बताएं कि A की percentage क्या है, B की क्या है, C की क्या है. मतलब manually तो I can't type it ना, मैं यहाँ देख के मुझे एक formula चाहिए जो इसको देखे यहाँ से, A यहाँ से, and ICT में whatever A stands for in ICT, it gives me this over here. Whatever B is gives me this over here. Whatever C is looks from here gives me this over here. So look up for this from here and compare from here and give it the result back over here. Basically what we do is we use equals to. V stands for vertical. V stands for vertical lookup. So lookup value. What are you trying to search for? I'm trying to search for this. Comma. Table array means the range. Where is the range where you have the values and the corresponding resultant values, the resultant columns of the data. This is my range, not including the field names, please. Field names are not my data. Okay. I will make it F4 static. मुझे पता है इस बात का, क्योंकि I know I have to lock the range, comma, and column index number का मतलब ये है कि from which column number do you want the values to come from. So अगर मैं grades को compare कर रहा हूँ किसके साथ, 1, 2, 3 के साथ, 3. So if I write comma 3, get the values from here. And comma 0 means to get me the exact match or the approximate match, right? So if I write over here is approximate match. So in that case, in case of R, I get 45. Why? क्योंकि R is close to E और E की value दे रहा है, approximate है ना, less than minute रह गया. ठीक है. Is this clear? बेटा मैं आप दोबारा ज्वाइन करोगे इंडेक्स मैथ से पहले. ये क्लियर हो गया? इसको छोड़ो, इसको तो नहीं देख रही आपने. I replicated. ये देखो ना, I delete all of that. ये है ना, एक R है ना, and if I replicate it comes down. And why does it work? You see B13, B14, B15, B16. The lookup value increments on its own. This is known as relative referencing. और जब लॉक करते हैं, it does not increment. Is it clear? Good. बेटा मैं इसको स्टॉप करो, प्लीज ज्वाइन बैक दोबारा करो, because इंडेक्स मैथ्स में मैंने सेपरेटली डिस्कस करना है. प्लीज ज्वाइन बैक.